In the ever-changing landscape of global pop culture, there are moments that quietly reshape the world before anyone even realizes it. Sometimes those moments happen on stage in front of thousands of screaming fans. Sometimes they happen through a single performance clip that travels across the internet at lightning speed. And sometimes they happen through the gradual, unstoppable rise of an artist whose presence becomes impossible to ignore. Over the past decade, one name has repeatedly appeared in conversations about cultural transformation, global influence, and the future of music: Jungkook of BTS. What began as the journey of a young Korean trainee with an extraordinary voice has evolved into a phenomenon that has not only captivated fans worldwide, but also challenged long-standing perceptions in the American entertainment industry about Asian artists and their place on the global stage. For decades, the American music industry functioned as one of the most powerful cultural engines in the world. Artists who succeeded in the United States often gained international recognition almost instantly. Yet historically, Asian performers rarely received the same level of attention, visibility, or acceptance within the mainstream American market. The industry was often shaped by familiar narratives and cultural expectations that made it difficult for artists from outside the Western sphere to break through in a meaningful way. Language barriers, stereotypes, and limited representation created invisible walls that seemed almost impossible to cross. For years, many believed those walls would remain in place indefinitely, but change sometimes arrives in ways that no one expects. When BTS began gaining momentum globally, few predicted the scale of their eventual influence. Among the members of the group, Jungkook quickly emerged as a standout performer whose charisma, vocal ability, and emotional connection with audiences transcended cultural boundaries. Fans around the world were drawn not only to his talent, but also to his relentless dedication to growth. From the earliest days of BTS performances to massive global stages, Jungkook's transformation from a shy teenager into a commanding global artist became a story that millions followed closely. In the early stages of BTS's rise, American media coverage often framed the group as a curiosity. Reporters and commentators struggled to categorize them within existing industry structures. Some focused on their fan base, amazed by the dedication and organization of ARMY. Others tried to explain their popularity through statistics and online engagement. But as time went on, it became increasingly clear that something far more significant was happening. The group's success was not just about viral moments or social media trends. It represented a cultural shift that challenged long-standing assumptions about language, identity, and global music consumption. Jungkook played a powerful role in that shift. His performances consistently demonstrated a level of artistry that resonated far beyond the boundaries of K-pop. Whether delivering high-energy choreography on massive concert stages or performing emotional vocal lines that left audiences speechless, he embodied the kind of versatility that audiences everywhere could appreciate. His stage presence combined technical precision with genuine emotion, creating moments that felt both spectacular and deeply personal. At the same time, BTS began appearing on major American television shows and award ceremonies. Jungkook's impact became increasingly visible. Millions of viewers who had never previously explored Asian pop music suddenly found themselves captivated by the group's performances. Social media exploded with reactions from viewers who admitted they had underestimated the power and artistry of Korean performers. Many of them specifically mentioned Jungkook's voice, his charisma, and the way he commanded attention during live stages. Those reactions gradually began changing conversations within the American entertainment industry itself. Music executives, producers, and critics started paying closer attention to the global reach of artists outside the traditional Western system. Streaming platforms revealed enormous international audiences that were eager to embrace diverse sounds and cultural perspectives. Suddenly, the idea that American audiences would only support English-language artists began to feel outdated. Jungkook's influence grew even stronger as he developed his identity as a solo artist. His solo performances and musical releases highlighted his unique artistic vision while still reflecting the collaborative spirit that defined BTS. Each new project demonstrated his willingness to experiment with different styles, blending pop, R&B, and emotional storytelling in ways that resonated with listeners across cultures. What made Jungkook particularly compelling to American audiences was the authenticity he brought to his work. Unlike many artists who carefully maintain polished public personas, Jungkook often revealed his vulnerabilities openly. Fans watched him discuss his fears, his aspirations, and the pressures of performing at the highest level of the industry. That openness created a deep emotional bond with listeners who saw not only a superstar, but also a young man constantly striving to improve himself. As the years passed, the transformation in American perceptions became increasingly noticeable. Major media outlets began featuring Jungkook and BTS not merely as international curiosities, but as central figures in global pop culture. Critics who once questioned whether Korean artists could succeed in Western markets began praising their innovation and influence. Concert venues across the United States filled with fans from diverse backgrounds, proving that music truly could transcend language barriers. The impact extended beyond the music industry. Jungkook's visibility helped challenge stereotypes that had long limited the representation of Asian artists in Western media. For many Asian American fans, seeing someone who shared aspects of their cultural identity dominate global stages felt deeply meaningful. It signaled that the entertainment world was beginning to recognize talent and artistry regardless of cultural origin. Cultural analysts often describe this shift as part of a larger transformation in global media consumption. The internet has allowed audiences to discover music, films, and performances from every corner of the world with unprecedented ease. Instead of relying solely on traditional gatekeepers within the American entertainment industry, fans now have the power to elevate artists directly through streaming, social media, and online communities. Jungkook's rise perfectly illustrates how this new ecosystem works. His performances circulate instantly across platforms, reaching millions of viewers within hours. Fans create edits, translations, and commentary that expand his reach even further. Every viral clip introduces new audiences to his talent, gradually reshaping perceptions about what global pop music can look like. One of the most fascinating aspects of Jungkook's influence is how naturally it unfolded. There was no single moment when the American industry suddenly declared him a cultural icon. Instead, the transformation happened gradually through countless performances, interviews, collaborations, and fan interactions. Each moment added another layer to the story, building a reputation that became impossible to ignore. As Jungkook's presence continued growing, prominent figures within the global music industry began acknowledging his impact. Artists from different genres and cultural backgrounds praised his work ethic and artistic versatility. Some expressed admiration for the discipline required to maintain such high performance standards while constantly evolving creatively. These acknowledgments reinforce the idea that Jungkook's influence extends beyond fan communities. He has become a symbol of how global music culture is evolving. The boundaries that once separated markets and audiences are fading, replaced by a more interconnected system where talent can emerge from anywhere and resonate everywhere. Today, many industry observers believe Jungkook represents a new era in global entertainment. His success challenges the outdated assumption that artists must conform to specific cultural expectations to succeed internationally. Instead, he demonstrates that authenticity and dedication can resonate across borders without sacrificing identity. For younger artists watching his journey, the message is powerful. They see proof that the path to global recognition no longer requires abandoning cultural roots or adapting entirely to Western industry norms. Instead, artists can bring their own perspectives and traditions to the world stage while still connecting with diverse audiences. Fans continue to celebrate Jungkook not only for his musical achievements, but also for the cultural doors he has helped open. Each new performance, each new project, reinforces the idea that representation matters.